one of them involves you for me. That what we spoke
Cool.
about.
That's cool. On a different note, I solved the problem to something I was having with the tool. Because the bigger problem I was having with is rolling up the flag because it was just in the way before.
Oh my god. So many people are showing up when you just
Hey,
talk
Roo.
to. This is wonderful.
Woo!
Hi, Roo.
I was actually looking for
Nice
you.
to-
Hi.
Well, I was looking for you.
Okay.
Professor Dusky
Fine
is
one.
interesting.
I was gonna ask, what was your guys' plan if like
Just
they
need to
never
find
came?
Linoleum.
Were you just staying here forever?
Well, if she had come back and said that there are no
I haven't seen them around.
teachers of present, then we would just continue to walk around.
We plan to roam
It's like
around,
space.
see the place.
Many things to
I
see.
can
Study
transfer
the land.
Linolia's,
Oh, you're not from here?
Not from
Pretty
here
astute
specifically.
observation
was
We do
glowing.
not
Star.
leave our
She was
areas
very
as much.
glowing in her room.
Too many things to
Going
do.
investigate that.
huh?
Glowing?
Glowing.
Yeah.
There's just certain
Oh.
circumstances that
I think I know.
need
what
us to be here, as at this moment.
Mm.
Oh, I'm curious.
No. Oh, okay. Are you guys usually like field researchers?
Special.
I'll go quickly.
Not particularly, no.
Some of us are.
Oh.
I've actually never.
But you're, like,
besides
from
the
that
couple
overall
places,
area.
I'm gonna
You
grab
could say
something to
so.
eat.
Okay.
Okay.
If they're going to
Actually,
grab
question.
Professor Dust, then I
Is
don't
there
mind
anything
I think they're on their way over right now.
of
actually.
the fish variety here to eat? Not from this bakery, but
I think one of
there
those
is an
professors are
inn.
about to be here.
Wondering if there's something of the
By the
sauce
way,
like that.
Evan, do you think you can
Like-
help me out changing
Like
my
fish
outfit
to
a little
eat?
I have him.
bit? Just need to change a couple
Yeah,
things.
source.
you should be able to
A
get
fish to
like,
eat.
like,
At it, so.
like fish.
I can help you with.
I'm
the
pretty
voice
sure the
thing.
warden has some of
Yeah,
that.
the smaller bits.
I
yeah.
swear I've seen
Okay.
fish
Yeah, yeah.
somewhere on their
Broken
menu.
my fingers too many times.
Before I get distracted. Yeah.
Very
Okay,
good.
cool. Thank you for updating me on that.
Thank you.
Since,
Gentlemen,
they have dusk.
I've heard you've been asking our students questions. How may I help?
We can
Wanna-
go briefly.
Yeah.
Yes. Apologies. Be back.
If you could just
Only a few
Just
general
only.
questions.
a few questions here and there.
I
Do
will
you-
facilitate if I can.
How do I ask this? Actually, if I may, is there anywhere slightly private we may speak?
There is. Follow me.
No, well, have a good one.
They taste like shit. Forewarning. They do. They taste worse than they smell. Sometimes they actually don't smell that bad, but they usually smell really bad and taste even worse.
This should do.
Wonderful. If you have some questions loaded already, give me a moment. I need to look through my book for some things.
Take your time.
Because I have very specific ones in mind. But you may ask whatever you need.
Yes, I've been asking questions such as, is there a big body of water here that is available to someone or everyone at that point? Maybe a good source of, a place that is a good source of fish to eat as well.
We have a nearby lake, yes. The fish, however, are sparse.
Lake, I see.
In fact, I
Could be a
believe
good source
the
of
last
access.
few were contained several weeks ago, after several animals got out.
May me ask why these animals tended to escape? Was there any particular reason for it? Or
That would
is it
be
just
a question for the military.
coincidence?
They were responsible for containing them.
Let's see. Could be a point of interest. I have to write it down.
Are you two from Rhino?
Yes, we are more in the north. We do not very much leave our laboratories. There are too many things for us to do in there that allow us to leave.
I see. And what, if I may ask, why are you questioning the warden candidates?
Just general locations of things. This one was hungry, so we came to the bakery.
Ah, I see. The candidates are rather new to the city as well. They might not know the entirety. I would suggest asking the townsfolk if you wish to be given a tour.
Yes, that would be smart. Are there any sea folk around that frequent here? Or maybe just passing through?
I have seen some sea folk, yes.
Okay.
Passerbys, villagers.
Yes. Interesting. Any of them in squid-like form or anything of the sorts?
You seek someone specific?
Yeah, it's a little more specific. I come around it.
May I ask who?
She does not necessarily have a name. Like I said.
She's just a specimen that we need to learn from, so to speak.
A specimen of your own laboratory?
Yes, there have been many things that have happened over the past few months. And she has, or it, has been allowed to move about and not to be contained where it used to be.
It?
We're trying to not let it get into trouble, so to speak.
I
think
see.
it is the best option for it.
I can't say I have seen a squid-like sea folk recently, though I see a lot of people, and I am getting up there in age.
Aren't
My
we all?
memory often fails me.
Quite unfortunate.
Indeed. If I see this individual, where should I tell them to go?
For now, you do not need to point them anywhere. If they are here, then that is enough for now.
We will deal with it when the
I
time
see.
comes.
And
Very well, gentlemen.
this lake, is it an area we are allowed to roam, or?
There is a pier off, I believe, to the east, where you may enjoy the scenery of the lake.
Very well. Is there anything else you would like to ask?
Not particularly.
And that is all from me.
I am Professor Dusk of Rhinold Academy. What facility do you two hail from?
For now, it is just a research on biology aspects of other creatures that aren't very much living.
Specifically marine biologists.
I see. I will not pry too much then. so long as it does not concern me.
Thank you, and thank you for your time.
Your time has been most valuable.
Have a good day, gentlemen.
You as well.
And be careful. There's a killer on the loose.
Interesting.
I see. Do you believe a word that he said?
As of right now, I believe most of it. And sea folk are rare. But there are too many things that we know that are telling us she's here. Or at least near.
The signs all say that it is here. We're just not looking at the right place.
Yes. Our others seem to have not been able to find her either. But at least knowing that he's possibly seen some pass through is a good telling.
Maybe having a search party at the lake would be most intriguing too. Of an angle to see.
Yes, where is it? It is over to the east.
Oh my god, you can wear something besides a hospital gown. I could never.
If what the professor says, and they're not harboring this thing, then it can only go to the lake for its nourishment and its needs.
Yes.
And having the hunger to desperation, because it is after all at the end an animal that needs to be tamed, and without its tamer its shackles are free to roam about. Maybe it is the root cause of the chaos that about freeing fish and the animals.
That I think is just something that has happened. I don't really think anything. I don't think it was a part of it.
Coincidence then?
I would say so, but do not write it off fully. It could be of use.
I'll try and investigate it, but for now the lake is of most importance.
Yes. Whatever it might be. I wish there were signs. At least the laboratory has signs. At least I haven't seen any signs.
That is true.
Besides the signs on the buildings
haven't done
for
that much.
their names and such.
This is a very disorganized lot, I would say.
Well, it is a military academy. Or camp. As
Yes,
organized
nothing
as they can be.
mindless brutes.
They are more so in their own heads.
Maybe ask around some more where if there are people that we can ask around where the lake is. We are
Yes,
very new
that
to
would
this
be a good
place.
idea. Well, like the professor said, there are the locals that we could ask for a tour. So maybe a tour would be in order. What do you say?
That would be nice. If anyone is willing to give us this said tour.
Yes. All
Maybe
right.
this is the place.
No. Wouldn't assume so. I was only curious as to where this led.
You think military people will be willing to help us? Look behind you, friend.
No, I assume. Oh. I would assume they have their own priorities
Duties.
or duties, yes.
I see.
Hmm.
Morning.
Good morning.
Hello there. Interesting creature.
Yes. Now, where's this lake? Or should we ask? No, they're already gone.
Well, this water has to come from somewhere. I think we're close.
Most possibly. I hope.
Ah,
I think we have found ourselves where we need to be.
this is where. Is this the right spot?
Maybe, maybe not. If not, we may ask those two fellows. But before we do, I must look over and see.
This doesn't look very lake-like.
I'll give it a moment.
Oh, I was completely wrong.
Yes. Very.
Should we take water samples?
Do you think we should? Even if we could, actually, I don't think we'd be able to reach it. Nor do I want to try. I do not want to fall in.
Good point. Maybe we can ask the locals here if they've seen some creatures lurking around here.
Yes. Most possibly.
I see two individuals right there.
Learning from the past is an absolute necessity nowadays.
Excuse me,
Question is more
gentlemen.
we need.
If you have the time, I'm sorry for interrupting your talk, but this will only take a moment. Have any of you two individuals seen anything out of the ordinary with the lake? Maybe something that keeps lurking about or swimming where it shouldn't supposed to be?
No. May I ask
Not
who you
Maybe
are?
sea folk. Oh, I am part of the scientist division.
Scientist division of what?
Unfortunately, I cannot say much. I'm just a marine biologist. If you want to know more about what I am doing here right now.
Well, do you have credentials of some sort on you?
Any
Yes,
potential papers you might
yes,
be
of
able to
course.
show? Of course, by all means. I'm also interested quite in it.
Here, we are doing a very lawful thing. Do not worry. It is by the books, as you might say.
So what I'm reading here is I'm assuming that this is a legitimate one. There is no falsehood or the likes. Seems to be ordinary.
Yes, there is no falsehood. Very ordinary. Just a identification and just a right to be here, basically.
Of course, if I might ask, if you're not allowed to tell where specifically are you from when it comes to your location and when it comes to your papers, who was your superior?
That is very, very different. There are a few of our own superiors that are very busy. They are more from where we came from, down in the, I assume is the main area or one of the main areas that are here. Go more north, and there are facilities over there that are where we reside.
You're still in it,
I have not
stationed
seen
within
anything out in the
Rhinehold?
lake. If I do see something somewhere, who should I approach to deliver an information to?
Your
I assume the two of you won't be
headmaster.
running around here for the next several days.
Your headmaster may get in contact now with us, but our superiors, who he should have been spoken with by now.
Very good.
So that means in
I will
itself,
pass on
if
any
I were to...
information.
Of course, any information that we do find, at least from my understanding, there should not be any issues currently on the seaside. I have not witnessed any strange encounters. I think the last type of encounter that we had was, I think, a couple of weeks ago, but that was more escaped animals, I think, was the aspect of that. There were some fishes as well, but that in itself should have been completely resolved again multiple weeks ago.
From what
and
I've heard.
they should be sent back.
Yes, they have already
There
been
were the
contained from what
falcons,
I've
in
heard.
fact.
Very well. Is there any...
I myself am down by the waterfront almost every morning doing my morning stretches. I have not seen anything worrying.
Is there any area or other area here that has a... not very large as this one, but a body of water, as a pond or small lake? Any of the sorts?
Well, you can head outside of town, but I believe it is all a part of the same waterfront.
In itself,
most of the town.
if you see the fort over there, that is in itself a front gate, you should be able to, when you exit it, in itself, if you look over this body of water, you can technically still have the other ground in vision, so... Again, we cannot provide any further information than besides what we actively see.
Very well.
Does the lake provide fish for maybe a few individuals here and there? Or maybe able to sustain a sea folk or two underwater?
If we're talking what specifically, as in just having water, or that there are actively fish swimming out there, is that what you're asking?
Yes, they're actively fishing. Is there any fish that's of significant...
Fish out there. Not anything to survive in a long term. Not in any sort of long-term fishing capabilities, but in terms of large scale, but individuals out there to fish from time to time, yes, of course. You can buy permits from the city hall.
See.
Very well.
It's a valuable piece of information.
One man or one individual, there's enough to survive on, but nothing large scale.
I think if anything should be involved in the aspect of active fishing, I think a lot of it might potentially go into the category of, I think it was called catch and release. But to be obvious, again, not having enough animals out there, and if there are any active animals caught, they'll most likely be sent to any sort of facilities for active preservation of the future.
Or for
Very, very good piece of information. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Of course.
And again, you said that specifically you're from the scientific institutes within Reinhold, specifically, or one of the other cities of the agreement?
Yes, up north.
No, for Northern Reinhold, of course, by all means.
Thank you for your
If I
time.
see anything else, I will let our headmaster know to pass on any other significant notes.
Of course.
Thank you.
Be sure to keep that in mind as well.
You
That
two have
note,
a
I think
wonderful rest of your day.
I don't really have anything further to say. You as well, sir. I'll be taking my walk for the time being past, so feel free to, if you want to step to the academy, feel free to do so. I'm going to be taking my continued round.
I will be going up to the academy. I have some paperwork to fill out.
I'm seeing students whizzing in and out around.
Yes, but I think we found what we were looking for. I do not know if you were too enamored with your conversation, but...
Hello.
Hello there.
Are you back again? From Ashford, right?
The
Research.
others, yes.
Still looking for the same thing?
Yes. If they told
Have
you
you found it?
something. Quite possibly.
Oh, good. Let me know if I can help you
It's a
with
good
what you're looking
possibility.
for. Goodbye then.
Well, out with it. You saw something?
Yes, but that one was a little too close. Curious when that one is. But yes, I think we found what we were looking for. The others could not seem to find them, but we just missed them by the conversation we were in. But for now, our interest is not for making contact with them as of this moment.
So you saw it then?
Yes, I'm pretty
Discuss
sure I did. It was running down here with someone else. Think of orange hair. I think something mechanical on their back, but what we were looking for was right behind them. I cannot put this harm back there. It does not work for some reason.
Should we go back then? That we have had enough information gathered?
I think so.
Right.
I know the other two that went and came from stayed here a little longer, but I do not think we need to stay as long. Or would you like to take one last look around before we leave? Actually, I'm going to decide for you. We are going to take one last look around before we leave.
Alright.
Just
So
to see if you may find them as well.
What you say is true. So if what you say is true,
I should
then they are
myself.
harboring it. Keeping it, training it. What, as a pet?
No, I would assume
Then
as
make
one
it
of
an
them.
attack dog?
A candidate.
Of them. It can't be a candidate. Can it?
No, that is what we hear. That is what we here for. So that we may eventually are able to bring it back.
But it's...
And that is the one I was speaking of. With the mechanical bits on their back.
Most interesting.
Any further progress, gentlemen?
A little, yes.
Oh. Well, by all means. Is there anything you're able to share with us? Should we be worried?
No. There's no need to worry.
Nothing that is to be of concern.
All right. I have my faith in Reinhold, so by all means.
These individuals commissioned by the council.
I mean, in itself, they've taken their IDs and inspected them.
I cannot put my hand back there either. I am stuck with my hands in front. I must move this.
Very much sanctioned IDs of Northern Reinhold scientific team, so
Ow!
it should be fine.
I stubbed my toe.
Yes, the pathway is very uneven.
Yes. I heard one of them fucking. When do you suppose the inn opens? Do they have times? I have lost interest after asking that question.
Well, what is the morning? Inns usually open at around lunch, noon, up until like the night time.
I see.
Apparently, I'm very, very easy to bully or something. Can't really see it myself.
I will be sitting.
Kill me. I mean, you know, pun intended. Haha.
I don't. Honestly, I'm just taking the opportunity to get off my feet. Just a little.
That is alright. You should have said something. We could have came outside earlier if you needed.
Okay.
I didn't need to.
I'm sitting down now. Well, what am I supposed to do?
Alright.
I see.
Yes.
Sorry, just random curiosities. Nothing important.
We are scientists. Curiosity is in our blood.
Yes, that is true. I'm curious, is this all? Well, we're not allowed to go towards the students' dormitories or whatever they called it.
Kind of entertaining to watch.
It is.
You know what? Good opinion. Excellent opinions. Wonderful.
Welcome
Isn't
back.
it to watch?
I survived.
Hello.
That is good.
Hello.
Hi.
Hello.
Your joke was so bad it sent me away.
I made a joke.
Never mind.
When did I
Never
make a joke? What? Oh.
That makes it
Oh, I see.
debatably worse.
Oh, if you know. I don't understand.
We could go out of town like that one gentleman said and go over.
Yes.
Sorry, I'm speaking aloud.
No, you're fine.
Is there anything else you want to do?
Nothing in particular. We've already gotten all the information that we can for today. As well as a confirmation of sorts. I think it's time for us to go back to the office.
Yes. Would be a good idea.
gather our thoughts, informations, and whatnot.